Okay, now let's continue. Now I want to praise these students: Hein, Charmaine, Kirana, LeBron, and Ziti and Viduf. All of you have submitted your answers. Then the rest of you, you did not submit your answers. All right, so maybe you forgot or maybe you're too busy. Could you please make sure you submit the answer so that I can download the answer report and then I'll see which are the parts that you all need more help in. All right, that will help me to help you better. All right, so by submitting your answers before the tutorial, if you can one day before the tutorial, be fantastic. But if you really cannot, at least half an hour or a few minutes before the tutorial, all right, better than not submitting. Okay, the earlier you submit, I can download the report earlier. Okay, now let's start. So please continue to submit your answers before coming for the tutorial. You will find it more useful. Okay. All right, so these are the lower set topics. We will come back to this link later. So at the end of today's session, could you go to the link to actually key in what topics you need help in? Now, because different schools will teach the topics in a different sequence. All right, so you're in set 1. So I need to know like which topics y'all have been taught in set 1. So at least we can customize the lesson better for you. Okay, so again, I'll skip this. You know the rules. The promotion is still ongoing, all right? Okay, let's start. Okay, this one is quite simple. All of you have gotten it right. So those who have gotten it, if it's easy question, I will not spend too much time. So everybody type into the chat, what cell is this? Very quickly. All right, what cell is this? Okay, good job, Ziti. Charmaine, which part of the plant? All right, you see that long thing sticking out? All right, so it is a root hair cell. Just a minute, let me mark the attendance. Sorry, can I just check? Sarabelle is actually who? Who has just renamed yourself? Oh, okay, let me check. Kirana, are you here? Oh, Kirana is here already. Okay, that's you. It is raining at my house. Is it raining at your house too? Okay. LeBron, still not here. We're only missing LeBron. Okay, we can now start. Okay. Right. Okay, so this is a root hair cell because you see that long thing here. That's a root hair. All right, so this is a root hair. Right, so this is basically a root hair cell. All right, so for which function is this cell modified? We all know roots absorb water. Other than absorbing water, can you type into the chat what else is absorbed? What else is absorbed, boys and girls? Okay, good job, Tsuchi. The rest? Okay, good job, Kirana. Good job, Viduf. All right. So it's minerals. W, if you letter W upside down is M. Okay, minerals. Either you write minerals or mineral salts. It's fine. Okay. Let me admit one more. So all right, let's continue. So for this, the answer is A. All right, so because of the root hair, now maybe I would like I will check with everyone. Why is it that root hair must be longer? Anyone? What is the advantage of having long root hair? Right, anyone? Compared to a shorter root hair. So longer root hair, why would longer root hair absorb more water? All right, Vidu, Hein, correct. Yes, it's Vidu and Hein, you talk about absorbing more water, but what makes it able to absorb more water? Good job, Ziqi. It's about the what word that I have mentioned many times is ESA. Do you all remember what ESA stands for? So longer roots, right? Or longer root hairs, it will have more. All right, good job, Hein. More. ESA stands for exposed surface area. So exposed to what? Of course, in this case, it's exposed to the water in the soil. All right. So if you have more exposed surface area, then of course you will absorb more water. All right. So more water and minerals absorbed. So use comparing word. All right. These are the comparing word. Okay, so ESA. All right, let's move on. Now, this is asking you about CTOS. A lot of you got, actually all of you got this right among those who have submitted answers to me. So can everyone type into the chat what is CTOS? Or unmute yourself so that you can go faster. Anyone? CTOS stands for? Anyone? Cell, and then tissue, and then organ. Good job, Hein. And then system. All right. So how you use this is this way. Okay. So many cells, many different types of cells will make up one tissue. All right. Many different types of cells make up one tissue. Many different types of tissue make up one organ. And many different types of organs make up one system. All right. So many cells, one tissue. Many tissue, one organ. Many organs, one system. All right. So if you look at this, right, it will be straight away, most of you got the answer correct, is C. Because organ definitely is many different tissues, all right, working together to perform a specific function. Okay, so this is quite simple, right? So if you want to talk about different types of cells, all right, if you want different types of cells, then this it will be, can you tell me what is this it? If I want different types of cells, it will make up one what? It will make up one, many cells working together to perform the same job will make up, if you look at here, here is many different cells. So if you have many different cells, it will make up one tissue. But here the question is asking about organ. All right, so this is for tissue. Okay, so tissue is made up of many different types of cells. Okay, so that's why this is wrong. Okay, and this is correct. Answer is C. Let's move on. Question 3 is quite simple. All of you got this right. So everyone in this family have dark brown hair. All right, and which part of the cell determines why you all also got dark brown hair if you belong to that family is of course the chromosome. All right, can everyone type in the chat what is inside the chromosomes? Chromosomes contain what? It's made up of what? Okay, good job, Ziqi. DNA. All right, it's also making up the genes. All right, so DNA, you don't need to know what it stands for. All right, it's actually deoxynucleic acid. Okay, but anyway, in lower set, you don't need to know what DNA stands for. So primary school, you all learn this as genetic in the information. All right, but secondary school, you need to mention DNA. So chromosomes are made out of DNA. So can I check with y'all? All body cells, all right, all human cells contain how many chromosomes? All right. Okay, 23 pairs, and therefore all human cells contain 46 chromosomes in each cells. Okay, so in each cell. All right, except for which cell, which will only have half of it? Which cells will only have half of it? Your sex cells. So what are your sex cells? If you are a boy, it will be your sperm cell. If you are a girl, you will have a egg cell. So these two are the sex cells. These two only have 23 chromosomes each. All right, so that during fertilization, the sperm fuses with the egg. All right, so 23 plus 23 will give you 46. All right, is everybody clear? All right, so those people with one extra chromosome, 47 chromosomes, then they have condition called Down syndrome. All right, let's move on. Question 4. Why can this one, many of you got this wrong. Okay, now why can air be pumped into bicycle tire? So I'm going to draw a bicycle tire. So I'm going to draw a big circle and maybe a smaller circle. All right, so this is a tire. All right, be it bicycle tire or a car tire. Now I have air here, so I'm going to draw air, many air particles inside the tire. Right, so air particles. Some of them are nitrogen gas, some of them are oxygen gas, some of them are helium gas, neon gas, carbon dioxide gas, water vapor. Now I'm going to pump in more air. I use a different color. I use blue now. All right, so right now the tire is full. All right, it looks full, it looks filled, but I can still pump in more air. Look, all right, I'm pumping in more air. See, I can still squeeze in more air particle. I'm using different color to show that I'm adding in some more. All right, so I can still pump in more air. Okay, so the reason why I can still pump in more air is because of what? Anyone? It's about what? What allows me to add in more air? All right, so what allows me to put in more air? Space. All right, good job, Hey. It's about because in between the particles, if it is you're talking about air is a gas, right? So for gas, right, there are a lot of space. You cannot just write a lot of space, but space where? Where is the space? So a lot of space between what? In between the, anyone? Between the particles. All right, between the particles, good, we do. All right, so because there's a lot of space in between, therefore, I can squeeze in some more air in between because there's space for me to squeeze in. Okay, so the reason why you can still continue to pump in more air, even though the tire looks completely filled, but you can still pump in more air is because of space. There's space between the particles. All right, so therefore, air can be compressed. Okay, so air can be compressed. Or rather, I write gas lah. All right, gas can be compressed. I can squeeze all the particles to take up less space so that I can put in more things. I can put in more air. All right, so the answer is C. Now, most of you who got this wrong, you thought that the answer was oh, now I know why. Actually, in the system, it is marked wrongly. In the system, the answer was given as D. Okay, so the answer is C. Okay, so I will let the back-end team know that there's an error in the back-end marking. Okay, so the answer is C. Okay, so most of you got this right. Most of you got this wrong. All right, now some of you thought that it moves slowly. Now, when you pump in more air, right, when you're pumping in, actually the particles actually move faster. All right, so in fact, the temperature goes up. As you pump more air into the tire, right, the temperature goes up, it gets hotter inside. All right, so with more particles colliding with each other. So like bumper car, if there's more bumper car, the chances of the bumper car knocking into each other, colliding with each other is higher chance. All right, so when they knock against each other, they basically they bounce off, so they move faster. All right, so when you put in more particles, they will move faster. Okay, so they don't move more slowly. Right, let's go to question 5. Now, this question asks you about ammonium chloride. Okay, there are so many salts in the world. All right, I will just remember this as AC. I can remember it as aircon. Okay, whatever that helps you remember. I just put inverted comma, just A and C. All right, so this chemical that is A and C has a special property. Anybody knows what happens when I heat up solid ammonium chloride? Will I have liquid ammonium chloride? Anyone? What happens when I heat solid ammonium chloride? By right, solid heated up to melting point, the solid will melt to become liquid, right? But in this case, all right, like what this said, it will straight away become a gas. So what is this process, special process called? That a substance from solid are heated up, instead of solid become liquid, become gas, straight away from solid jump to gas directly, skipping the liquid state. All right, good job, Hayin. Good job, we do. That's sublimation. So in chemistry, for set 3 and 4 pure chemistry, or even combined chemistry, you need to know. All right, so sublimation simply means, change from what state to what state. So change from, anyone? Okay, anyone wants to unmute yourself so that I can hear another voice instead of hearing my own voice the whole morning? Okay, change from what state to what state? Vidu, would you like to try? Change from what state to what state? I'm talking about sublimation. Okay, thank you. Solid state to gas state or gaseous state. And you need a word behind. What is this word behind? If you don't have this word, right, the teacher may give you 0. Starting with D. Directly. All right, directly means straight away. Solid change to gas straight away. That means skipping the liquid state. Okay,